Good morning. Welcome to the 8th grade informative speech presentations. I invite you to join me in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as a community. We ask you to continue to be the light that guides us. May your closeness continue to be our hope. May we join our Father Francis in spreading a contagion of hope from heart to heart. Fill our hearts with your love, energy, and resilience so that we may give witness to the mystery of your resurrected life among us and within us. Christ our King, thy kingdom come. Our Lady of Guadalupe, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. In a world where people are bombarded with messages through television, social media, and the internet, you may ask yourself, do people still give speeches? Well, the answer is yes. If we type the words public speaking into Amazon.com, we will find more than 5,000 results of books and materials to develop this skill. There is so much information about this ability because it continues to be relevant to this day and age. This is why our school promotes public speaking in classrooms and formal activities such as this one. Our first speaker this morning is Luisana Alvarez Mendoza. Welcome, Luisana.
I never dream of a success. I work for it. Still out. The word success comes from the root word succedere. That means good result. We've heard the word success everywhere. But exactly, what is success? The definition of success is to accomplish a goal or a purpose. That goal can be small, personal, or with great recognition. The idea of success for many people is being able to buy whatever they want, being famous and popular. But for me, success is different for each other. There are plenty of successful people, but in this speech I would like to talk about Michael Jordan, who is the best basketball player in all time. He's known by his spectacular way of playing, his elegance and intelligence on the court. Outside the court, he is admired by his honesty and humbleness. During an interview, Michael Jordan mentioned 10 things that led to his success. 1. Embracing failure, which means it's okay to make mistakes. 2. Facing adversity. Michael Jordan was not afraid from adversity. What is adversity? Adversity is an obstacle. 3. He is proud for the impossible. He is proud for the imperfection. Michael Jordan only went for the impossible. What does that mean? He will go for perfection. 4. Work ethic. Means doing things the right way, not cheating. 5. Diligent effort must be constant, which means constant effort in the right way. 6. Complacency is the enemy of success, which means doing things you like before what you need to do to achieve your goals. 7. Hard work. You cannot get what you want without effort and determination. 8. Keep willing. Keep fighting. Unwillingness to sacrifice will only make individual goals more difficult to achieve. 9. Don't be afraid from failure. 10. Never is not in his vocabulary. Other two people who are very successful are Isaac Hernandez, a ballet dancer known as the best in the world, and Trisa Thorn, who is recognized by being a blind swimmer. She won 55 gold medals in a Paralympic game. In fact, she is the most successful athlete in the history of Paralympic Games. As a matter of fact, I've already faced some of Michael Jordan things, like embracing fail. When I had my rehearsals, my back hurt. I was very tired. I even didn't want to get up because of the time invested. Due to this, I would apply the mail, even though I was very tired. This speech left me a lesson. Michael Jordan used these 10 things and he's now successful. I have plenty of goals in my life, and now I know how to be successful. Thank you.
Next, Katia Benavides Treviño will present a very interesting topic.
The highest form of human intelligence is to observe yourself without judgment. Guido Climatori. Hi, good morning, parents, teachers, and classmates in their homes. Today, I'm going to talk about the human intelligence. But in first place, what is the human intelligence? The human intelligence is a mental quality that consists of the abilities to learn from experience, adapt to situations, and to understand and handle abstract concepts. The human intelligence consists of 8 types of intelligence, and they are naturalistic intelligence, that is to understand living things; musical intelligence, that is to discern sounds, their pitch, tone, rhythm, and timbre; logical mathematical intelligence, that is to qualify things, making hypotheses and providing them; body cognitive intelligence, that is to coordinate your mind with your body; interpersonal intelligence is to see people's feelings and motives; linguistic intelligence is to find the right words to express what you mean; intrapersonal intelligence is to know yourself, what you feel, and what you want; and the last one is spatial intelligence, that is to visualize the world in 3D. Now that we know what is human intelligence and what are the different types of intelligence, I'm going to explain to you why does human intelligence is really important. The human intelligence is really important because intelligence makes human beings have the skills to learn, to form concepts, to make decisions, to understand, to apply logic and reason, to innovate, to retain information, to use language to communicate, and for this and more reasons is why it's really important, the human intelligence. In conclusion, human intelligence has been one of my favorite topics because I think every single type of intelligence is really important and really interesting. But in particular, my favorite is interpersonal intelligence because I think the meaning is really nice. As Leon Craig once said, human intelligence is a limited resource. It cannot solve problems caused by ignoring fundamentals of existence. Thank you for your attention. I hope you have a wonderful day and remember to stay safe and stay at home.
Now, Ana Elisa Celaya Montalvo will give her presentation.
Human intelligence is richer and more dynamic than we have been led to believe by formal academic education. Ken Roberts. Good morning. Today, I'll be talking about human intelligence. I want to start with a question. What is human intelligence? The answer is pretty simple. Human intelligence is the group of abilities a person has to learn through experience, adapt to new situations, comprehend abstract subjects, and use their knowledge. In this case, if you're bad at math, it doesn't necessarily mean you're below the average of intelligence. Maybe you're intelligent in other ways, like in arts, for example. Another key point in this topic is that, according to Howard Gardner's theory, there are multiple types of intelligence, and it is really important for us to know the meaning of each one. First, we have the verbal linguistic intelligence. It is the ability to express yourself through words. For example, when someone is really good at public speaking. Then we have my favorite one, the logical mathematical intelligence. It is the ability to be good with numbers and think logically. Then there's the visual spatial intelligence. It is the ability to be aware of your surroundings. For example, when someone doesn't get lost easily. The musical intelligence is the ability to produce songs and lyrics. Another good one is the naturalistic intelligence, because it is the ability to classify and identify elements of the environment. The interpersonal intelligence is the ability to interact correctly with other people. For example, when someone is really social. The interpersonal intelligence is kind of the contrary of the interpersonal, because it is the ability to be okay with yourself, to meditate. The last one is the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. It is the ability to use physical skills. For example, when someone is really good at dancing or at any sport. We use these abilities every day of our lives, and it is really important to know these things because it can help us to know in which areas we have potential and in which others we need to improve. With this in mind, we have to use these gifts for the benefit of all people, as long as it doesn't affect us badly, of course. We can change a lot of things if we use our intelligence and strengths. In conclusion, it doesn't matter if you have bad grades in school. You can still be way smarter than a lot of people and know how to use your intelligence in the benefit of everyone. And just like Dalai Lama said, use your human intelligence in the best way you can. Transform your emotions in a positive way.
We now present Danairis Contreras Bravo with the topic Human Intelligence.
The best way to show human intelligence is to accept yourself without judgment. Jiddu Krishnamurti. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that in my opinion is very important, and it is human intelligence. When you hear the word intelligence, what most of the people will think is knowing everything and getting hundreds in exams. One teacher once told me, a grade doesn't define you. And that's so true because what a grade in an exam or quiz or anything will determine who I am. What a simple error or mistake that I made will determine my intelligence. According to Robert James Sternberg, a professor of psychology, human intelligence is the ability to learn from experiences, errors, adapt to new things, understand abstract concepts, and use knowledge to control one's environment. As you heard, it doesn't say anything about being perfect nor getting good grades, but about knowing how to react to everyday's life with accuracy. Based on Howard Gardner, there are 8 types of intelligence called multiple intelligence. Verbal linguistic, the ability to analyze language through writing and speaking. Logical mathematical, the ability to think logically and work well with numbers. Visual spatial, strength in comprehension of images or graphics. Musical, ability to recognize sounds and tones easily. Naturalistic, ability to connect with nature and understand animals and plants. Bodily kinesthetic, ability to process information through your movements. Interpersonal, ability to understand people's feelings and relate well with other people. And intrapersonal, ability to understand yourself and explore your own feelings. So, as you see, there are many ways to show intelligence. Maybe you're good at dancing. In other words, you have the bodily kinesthetic ability. Whenever you feel you're not intelligent, just remember that there are many different ways to show intelligence. A great characteristic about human intelligence is that humans are the only living beings on this planet that can actually talk and have a conversation. Another great characteristic is that we have the semantic memory. In other words, we're able to remember things that are not only about ourselves for a long time. This may include common knowledge, like the name of numbers, colors, and fruits. As we have talked before, intelligence is the ability to adapt. So basically, I do it all the time when adapting to new places. For example, when I moved to Campeche and then here. I needed to adapt to new people, places, and friends. Adapting is not only when doing totally different things. You may adapt to little things, like in school, with new information, friends, and places. We are all intelligent, and in order to discover what you're good at, you need to discover yourself, and I am talking about the authentic you. Another key point is to accept yourself. Don't compare yourself with others. And if what you're looking for is to be like someone else, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but that dream will never come true, no matter how much you try. Because you are you and you're unique with your own intelligence. You have lots of gifts nobody will ever have. So, as long as you try to make the best of them, you'll be successful and happy. As Tia Tishing once said, knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day.
Our next speaker is Regina Cuervo Guzman.
Success is a journey, not a destination. Today I'm going to be talking to you about success and what do I have to do if I want to succeed in life. First of all, I would like to share with you what success means to me. To me, success is achieving the results that you want to have in a certain activity, to accomplish what you desire. That sounds easy, but it really takes a lot of positive thinking and certain behaviors to succeed. I will start by saying that you need to visualize your goal. You need to focus on what you want to win or achieve in any different manner. For example, winning a competition or finishing a task. All of this, as I said before, sounds easy, but it isn't. It's important to have in mind that you will have to work very hard and smart because it's going to prepare you better. Discipline, effort, and persistence are essential to become a winner. Remember that things just don't happen immediately. Mistakes and fail will happen at first, but keep trying and learning from your mistakes, and as time passes, you will become better and better, and each time getting closer to your goal. Sacrifices are also part of the process. Remember that nothing comes easy. Sometimes you will have to skip fun and get to work. Another key point to have in mind is to control your emotions. When things don't happen as planned in the beginning, very easily you can get frustrated and wish to give up and quit. In this case, stay calm, learn from your experiences, and try again and again until you complete your dream. Think about people that have been successful in life. For example, Diane Walker, a professional tap dancer that is known as the Queen of Tap. For me, one of the best tap dancers in the world. Since she was a little girl, she had a vision in life, being the best. Getting to where she is now took her a lot of sacrifices, effort, and persistence to succeed. Lastly, never think that something is impossible. Get that out of your mind. If you want it and believe in it, you can make it happen. And remember to enjoy the journey. I hope that by sharing these words with all of you will help you in the path of completing your dreams. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day. And remember, success, it depends on you.
And now, Ana Carolina de la Garza will talk to us about what do I do if I want to succeed in life.
Good morning. What do I do if I want to succeed in life? Well, for starters, what do you want to succeed in? What are you focusing on? All these matters are all related to each other. As an example, in the area that my goal is in, I want to become a stable artist to be able to write stories that captivate others. But what is your goal? Once you have your goal established, you need to fill your head with prior works and studies of the path that you've chosen. As an example, in the area that my goal is in, what I need to do is look at artworks and read various stories of different genres everything with a critical point of view. Everything with a critical point of view, not just for fun. Once you have your head filled with those prior works and studies, what you need to do is practice. Practice is the fundamental way of learning. If you practice, you can be whatever you want. When you practice, do not seek a perfect result. As an example, if you want to become an author, write. If you want to become a cook, a chef, cook. And if you want to become a soccer player, play soccer. As Thomas Jefferson said, I find that the harder that I work in, the more luck I have. Once you have reached a good enough level that you can present to others, I recommend start sharing your work. And if you're lucky, that your friends might have connections. If they don't, it is simple. Go for it, meet new people, make your own connections. As Chris Grosser said, opportunities do not happen. You create them. And I think this is very true. Thus, if you make this, you can meet experts in the area and professionals working in the field today. Before concluding with this speech, I would like to remind you of the most basic and crucial point to succeed in life, and that is to have fun. Because if you don't have fun, how can you say that you have succeeded? Even though there are hardships, I would like to remember you to think of the future and see if you will be enjoying it. Because if you don't see yourself enjoying the future and having fun, I would recommend you give up on this goal and choose another one. I would like to thank you all for listening to this speech, and I would like to thank you all for listening to this speech. Remember, work hard and have fun. Thank you.
With the topic Successful People, we present Regina de Leon Martinez.
You know that Bill Gates is the most successful person in the world, and perhaps of all time. According to Research Gate, success is the ability to achieve personal, professional, and life goals. Therefore, a successful person is one who is capable of making bold decisions to reach his desired goals. There are lots of successful people, but I'm just going to talk about 4. First is Henry Ford. He was successful in business. Born in 1863, was the founder of Ford Motor Company and had a huge influence in the 20th century. He was an industrialist who changed the automobile manufacture and optimized transportation in America. The first car model Ford Motor Company made was Model T. It took 10 years to put it on sale after it was originally made. Why? Well, Ford once said, "Before anything else, getting ready is the secret of success." He worked so hard and spent many years getting ready. He didn't give up. He wanted to change the automobilistic industry, and he made it. I learned from Henry Ford to never stop learning, that nothing is difficult, and to learn from my failures. I believe learning makes you grow. It improves your knowledge. I always like learning new things, and in my opinion, it can give you more opportunities and open doors. There will always be failures. Generally speaking, anyone who wants to be successful or achieve something is going to have a failure. And that's okay. You can learn from them and continue growing. Then is Steven Spielberg, an influential filmmaker. He's the most successful director with almost $11 billion at the cinema box office and 30 films. Some of his most successful movies are Jurassic Park with $1 billion, E.T. Extraterrestrial with $792 million, and Indiana Jones with $786 million. However, he has some other films that were successful, like Jaws, Tintin, Ready Player One, BFG, Warhorse, Lincoln, The Terminal, among others. Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times. Before all of his great movies, he directed series. He started with not so much, just a passion and a dream, and ended up being the world's most recognized director.
He teaches us that success takes time and effort, and if you have a dream, follow it, and don't let anything get in the way. I learned from Steven Spielberg that you don't have to be an eighth grader to be successful. Success involves passion and hard work. You can't have anything right away or be perfect in what you do. Everything has a process, and it takes time and patience. J.K. Rowling is an author who has sold over 450 million books. She wrote the Harry Potter series, which are worth 7 billion euros, and has an estimated wealth of 450 million. Before Harry Potter, she wasn't as successful. In fact, she was a single mother who survived on state benefits. J.K. Rowling didn't have the confidence to write the book, but her friend Sean motivated her. He was the only one who believed what she could do. She listened to Sean, wrote many books, and became successful. J.K. Rowling teaches me that I can never stop believing in myself. In just believing in myself, I can accomplish great things. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. Last but not least is Walt Disney. You may know him because of Disney World, but he did so much more than just a park. He was a film producer and co-founder of Walt Disney Company. He made the famous characters of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. But before all that, he was just a normal person with a dream of becoming an illustrator. He first did short cartoons like Silly Symphony, and then started making movies. His first movie was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1977. It was a worldwide success and the most successful movie he has ever made. He continued making movies, like Pinocchio and Fantasia in 1940, Bambi in 1942, Dumbo in 1943, and The Three Caballeros in 1945. The world loved his movies, and he became famous and successful. I learned from Walt Disney to see things in a different angle, to always find the positive side, to take bad things and turn them upside down. But I also learned to never stop dreaming and to dream big. These 4 people started with nothing. They didn't come from a wealthy family. They all pursued their dreams and never stopped believing. Like Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. They teach us that you can make the impossible if you have courage, a passion, and most importantly, a dream.
It's my pleasure to introduce Ana Lisette Escamilla Cavazos.
Have you ever wondered how daily life is with a mental illness? Well, I'm going to share with you my life experience with anxiety. How sometimes daily tasks are harder for me. How my future depends on my capacity of controlling my attacks, my negative thoughts, and or overthinking. First, I want to briefly explain what anxiety is. It is a mental health disorder characterized by the feeling of worry, fear, anxiety, strong enough to interfere with one's daily activities. Some symptoms are panic attacks, sharp breathing, fatigue, change of emotion. With this in mind, let's move on to my life experience with anxiety. It all started when I was in 5th grade. I was 11 years old when I got my first anxiety attack. Sweating, sharp breathing, headache, low pressure, and I was getting paler than I already am. Whenever I was stressed, I got a panic attack. My family started to get worried. So I was subjected to many studies. For example, blood analysis, brain CTs, which stand for computed tomographies, and many others. Until I went with a neurologist. I got diagnosed with anxiety. I have been dealing with anxiety for over 3.5 years now. Anxiety started to control my life. My daily life started to get difficult. My good grades started to decrease. My negative thoughts were ruining my self-esteem. In other words, I was having a rough time. And the worst part of anxiety is when people say you're exaggerating a situation when they don't have an idea of what you're going through. how much you overthink every situation. So, this leads me into the next quote. You don't have to control your thoughts. You have to stop letting them control you. By Dan Millman. This quote reminds me of myself when 3 years ago, I was devastated of who I became. How a mental condition was running who I was. I decided that anxiety shouldn't ruin my future. Just because a mental condition was ruining my concentration. I started to put more and more effort into school, into what I love without letting anxiety ruin my plans. Because I know for sure, anxiety shouldn't be the reason why my studies decrease their quality. Then, my parents gave me a present for my good grades actually. A ukulele. I found peace in music. Then I realized that's the forbidden piece of how I can understand, control, and focus on my anxiety. Now that you know a little bit of my life, I want to share with you a quote I found pretty relatable and a lot of people that suffer from a condition might relate to. Don't assume I'm weak just because I have panic attacks. You will never know the strength it takes to face the world every single day. By Unknown. This quote is pretty relatable because I was ashamed of my anxiety. And now I think it shouldn't be something to be ashamed of. Indeed, you should be proud of how far you come, of how you have developed those skills, those abilities, those hobbies, how much you have come through. And never ever be afraid of what other people think, because at the end of the day, the one dealing with anxiety, it's you and only you. There's a lot of people that suffer anxiety or any other mental illness. This is only my story, and like mine, there's a lot. Now, to end my speech, I want to share with you my favorite literature quote ever. Like, I love it so much. For me, I interpret it as an example of how you shouldn't be afraid of your dreams. Go chase them without any obstacle, because the only obstacle is you. Now, to bring into daylight and realize nightmares aren't so scary without the protection of the dark. I'm Shirley Cuthbert. Thank you for listening a part of my story.
Our next speaker is Ana Karen Garza Alanis.
The harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Thomas Jefferson. Success is something that doesn't come easily. It means effort, passion, and a lot of work. Today I will share with you some tips and some advices that I personally think works for being successful in life. Firstly, don't be afraid to fail. People have an idea that makes failing a bad thing, when in reality it's absolutely the opposite. If we never fail in our lives, we never learn. Every failure brings new knowledge with it, which then turns into experience. Secondly, find what you love and make it happen. If you work on something you don't like, you are being successful. You are wasting your time doing something you hate. When you enjoy doing something, you get motivated to keep doing and it better. Success means making your dreams come true, enjoying every part of it, feel faithful. In third place, believe in yourself. Success needs to be something you can imagine achieving. You may come across people who doubt or not don't want to see you fulfilling your dreams. Nevertheless, you should never stop believing in yourself and focus on what you like and make it grow. This is one of the most important things when it comes to success. You are the only one that can make your dreams happen. Also, get rid of negative thoughts. Thoughts influence feelings, and feelings determine how you view your work. From all the thoughts that come and go through your heads, you are the one to choose whether to keep the good ones or let the bad ones bring you down. For example, there are those that will make you stagnant emotionally, like fears, doubts, or those that will make you move forward, excitement, experiment, try the new things, leaving your comfort zone, etc. Lastly, use your imagination. After getting rid of negative thoughts, get creative. When you take yourself to make and give all your effort, you feel good, and this makes you feel successful. Remember that if you believe in yourself and think positively, everything your dream come true. Remember that if you believe in yourself and think positively, everything your dream will come true. Keep dreaming and believing in yourself. Like Winston Churchill once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. Thank you. Have a nice day. I hope you like it.
Our next speaker is Barbara Sofia Garza, and she'll talk about making decisions is a matter of intelligence. How can I apply this knowledge in my daily life?
Hello, classmates and teachers. My name is Barbara Sofia Garza, and today I'm going to talk about making decisions is a matter of intelligence. How can I apply this knowledge in my daily life? Life is a permanent process in which decisions are made. Choosing which clothes to wear in the morning, determining which sport we want to practice, or even choosing the career are we going to study. It's a product of our preference and our experience throughout life. We have been acquiring this experience over the years. As Oscar is cited in the Decisions book, experience is the name that each one gives to his own mistakes. And so it is. Inasmuch as along our development, we are gaining different experience that make us take better decisions based on the mistakes or successes that we are having. With this in mind, as the years go by and our lives become more conscious of our decisions, or what we might call more intelligent. Michael Kurtz in the Decisions book states that in order to learn from the mistakes and gain more experience, a thinking man must ask himself 3 questions. What do we know what we know? Can we make a conclusion for the future from the past? Why do we never expect the unexpected? When we base the mistakes we make in life on the experience we have had in the past, our decisions become better, more conscious and more focused. For example, since we were kids, we learned the basic experience that helped us to identify some situations that can put us in danger. A young child does not fully understand an order from his mother not to be near the fire until he does it and can feel the damage it does in his hand. That is experience and helps us to not repeat our mistakes and therefore make better decisions. In the same way, when we have an opposite experience with some achievement, we try to follow our route to reach the goal again. In conclusion, life is a great set of intelligence. Life is a great set of experience, knowledge and skills that make us better. Allow us to move forward in time by making the best decisions. Or what? That is to say, make us smarter people. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.
With the topic, I want to succeed in life, what do I have to do? We present Ángela Marlene González Reyes.
Failure is not an opposite of success, it's a part of success, saying Ariana Rufus. Good morning, parents, teachers, and classmates. Today I want to talk about I want to success in life, what do I have to do? Well, first you must be very clear about the case to be successful and succeed in life, according to successful people. 1. Be a good leader. Every good leader cares that member of his team constantly take a new challenge. Start talking less and listening more, so you will realize that evaluate learning and ideas you can get from your peers. 2. Beginning clear about your goals. It's super important to only have your goals to do them, and so it is more easier. The important thing is to be always advance your target to achieve and not only dedicate up to living day to day without pushing something. 3. Keep your attitude positive. Think your most successful people you know. Are they negative or positive? They are mostly likely positive, enthusiastic, energetic, and happy. This person chooses to see the good things in others and in himself. 4. Begin organized. Organize save us time and effort. How many times do we waste looking for the clothes in the morning? Look for the case or sample. How many things can we do in the day if we have not planned before? 5. As the last one, confidence, necessary for success and happiness and for life. Now, we will think, and how is it achieved? Well, at this point, there are not universal rulers either. Repeat this. I have tried to put together a series of minimum recommendations that we usually also with my clients, so that you can achieve that truth. The most important thing to gain confidence in yourself is to know yourself very well. Work hard to know what your values are. The principles that govern your actions and the way values and principles get achievable goals and work hard to achieve them. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Telling us how to succeed in life, we welcome Andrea Guzman Irigoyen.
We all want to succeed in life, but it's not as easy as you think. Good evening. My name is Andrea, and today I'm going to be talking about how to succeed in life. So there's two ways. There's physically and there's mentally. So let's start with physically. Make your bed in the mornings. If you make your bed every morning, you have accomplished the first task of the day, and it will encourage you to do another task and another. It will give you a small sense of pride. Do a deep clean in your room. Doing a deep clean on your room helps you tidy up your brain and organize your thoughts and your room. Even though cleaning your room may feel like a mundane task, it will give you a small sense of accomplishment, happiness, and pride. Other things can help, like eating healthy, working out in the morning, and drinking lots of water. Eating healthy can help you getting better sleep and feeling more productive. And it reduces the risk of developing some cancers and diseases such as heart attacks and strokes. And now with mentally. Enjoy the little things in life. Get rid of all those toxic friendships and relationships you're in. And there's mentally. So let's start with physically. Make your bed in the mornings. If you make your bed every morning, you have accomplished the first task of the day, and it will encourage you to do another task and another. It will give you a small sense of pride. Do a deep clean in your room. Doing a deep clean on your room helps you tidy up your brain and organize your thoughts and your room. Even though cleaning your room may feel like a mundane task, it will give you a small sense of accomplishment, happiness, and pride. Other things can help, like eating healthy, working out in the morning, and drinking lots of water. Eating healthy can help you getting better sleep and feeling more productive. And it reduces the risk of developing some cancers and diseases such as heart attacks and strokes. And now with mentally. Enjoy the little things in life. Get rid of all those toxic friendships and relationships you're in. Be optimistic. Being optimistic means being hopeful and confident about the future. And always smile. Now, here's 7 tips from the Success website to how to achieve success. Focus on commitment. Seek knowledge, not results. Make the journey fun. Use your imagination. Get rid of stagnant thoughts and get rid of distractions. And stop being nice to yourself. You lack motivation not because you're lazy or don't have a goal. Even the biggest stars, richest business people, and most successful athletes get lost sometimes. But what makes them motivate is a curiosity of how better and bigger they can get. So, above all, be curious, and this will lead you to your goals and success. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Barbara Lira Gonzalez. Welcome, Barbara.
Success is not the key for happiness. Happiness is the key of success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. I'm smart enough to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. Good morning, teachers and whoever is seeing this. And thank you for listening to my speech. Since I was 6 years old, I wanted to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. I really enjoy when I see the doctors helping people and cure them. My grandma was a cardiothoracic surgeon. He taught me how to be in the hospital, how to do scientific methods, blood type, air pressure, and etc. I love when my grandma tells me stories about when he was a nurse. One of my favorite cardiothoracic surgeons is Mr. Panda, Dr. Panda. I really enjoy his work and how he gets to save lives every day. But what do I have to do to become a cardiothoracic surgeon? First, I have to get a 4 undergraduate degree in pre-med with an emphasis on science, attend undergraduate and graduate from a 4-year medical school. Complete a 5 general surgery residency program, enter into 2 or 3-year cardiothoracic surgeon residency program, or enter a 6-year in cardiac surgery residency. With this in mind, I think I want to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. I really need to study and focus in my class, mostly in chemistry, in biology, and etc. I will also need to prepare for my university exams for me to pass it. And I need to be good at memorizing things, to memorize the patient chart, to know important stuff like allergics or historical medical history or past of the patient, to avoid any mistakes during surgery. And it's important to realize it's going to be very hard and really, really hard to achieve. But I'm doing this because I want to help people. I know that sometimes I will not be able to do it or cure them completely. But I know
that I'm helping people, and I think I will be able. I'm happy because I know I'm gonna help people cure her heart, her lungs, etc. But it's not only that. There is also a gift, the gift to cure people, and it's not given to anyone, to not every person. I want to have that gift. That gift obtained when you get older and you already are a surgeon. As a result, I think I want to become a cardiothoracic surgeon.
Our next speaker is Paulina Ochoa Lozano.
It is our choices that show what we truly are far more than our abilities. J.K. Rowling. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about how J.K. Rowling became a successful person. But first, I'm going to introduce a little bit about herself. Joanne Rowling, better known as J.K. Rowling, is a 55-year-old woman born in Jade, England. Since little, she enjoyed a lot about fictional stories. So, since she was young, she write it a lot. She always had the dream of being an author of novels. In 1990, she was in London, England, on the station of King's Cross, and an idea of wizards popped into her head. With that being said, she began to imagine a story about a boy who doesn't know he's a wizard until he receives an acceptance letter to a school of magic. With this in mind, when she got to her play, she began to write because that's what she was focused on. So she wrote and wrote and wrote, and that's how she spent all of her spare time. A few months later, her mother passed away, and in effect, because of how hurt she was, she wrote even more because that's how she dealt with her pain. So she forgot about everything that was happening and focused on writing. In 1995, she finished her book, and she decided she wanted to publish it. So she went to 12 different publishers, but none of them accepted the book. So she wasn't going to give up. She wanted to publish her book. So she went to 3 more, and the first one, the publisher decided that it was a very interesting story, so he decided to publish the book. In 1997, a Scottish Art School gave her a scholarship of £80,000 to continue writing, so she obviously accepted it. In October of 1997, the Scholastic decided to publish the book, titled as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The next decade, she continued writing and directing her movies. So she wrote 7 books and directed 8 movies. The last book she wrote, it was titled as Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which broke all records of the most sold book in 24 hours. Of the 7 books, 3 won Book of the Year. Harry Potter is now a global brand, worth of $15 billion. Fun fact, J.K. Rowling has 4 charities. 2 of them are very known. One of them is Lumos, and the second one is Gingerbread. J.K. Rowling has won a total of 24 awards, in which them are Book of the Year, Author of the Year, and Play of the Year. Now you may ask, why did I decide to use her as the successful person? Well, J.K. Rowling is one of the most strongest people I've ever known in the internet. Since she was little, she suffered a lot. So that's why I chose her. And also because J.K. Rowling is an inspiration to millions of people, including myself. So I decided also to choose her because she explained a little bit about how she became successful, and I really enjoyed listening to what she says on how she never gave up. So she has 2 point keys. The first one is that she's a dreamer. Since little, she dreamed of being a novel writer, despite her parents' opinions. And now look at her, being the first ever woman being a billionaire author. Oh, the second point key is that she's an goal-oriented person. She focused a lot on her goal. During 5 years, she wanted to write, and look at her. So that's why that's 2 point keys. For example, for dancers, their goals is to never stop practicing and dancing. For her, it was to keep writing. So that's a important point key. I also chose her because since little I admire her a lot because of how independent and strong woman she is. So yes, also she never gave up. That's one of the most important things about being a successful person is never giving up. And that's why I chose her, because she never gave up. Thank you.
Next, it's my pleasure to present Regina Rodriguez Games.
There are no great limits to grow because there are no limits of human intelligence, wonder, and imagination. Ronald Reagan. Good afternoon. I'm here to talk about human intelligence. To begin with, do you know what human intelligence is? What does it mean? According to Robert James Turberg, human intelligence is a mental quality which consists of the ability to use knowledge, understand different concepts, the ability to adapt to new and different situations, and learn from experiences we have. In other words, we can say it consists of the ability of reasoning and learning. Let's talk about what makes a human intelligent. One thing that makes a human intelligent is that they have an open mind, which means that they don't close themselves off to new things, opportunities, and experiences. They like to try new and different things, but don't get confused. There's a difference between being smart and intelligent. Being smart, if for example, just study about something, you will get smarter about that particular topic. You can grow on being smarter. You're curious, you can put ideas together and create new solutions to a problem. Now, intelligence is something with which you are born and you can increase it. When we talk about intelligence, IQ or intelligence quotient is a measure of your intelligence you have. It measures your ability for learning something. According to the difference between .NET, it says your IQ can be changed, but now scientists say intelligence can be increased. I don't think that there is anything unique about human intelligence. Bill Gates. In effect, we can say that a certain type of intelligence is better than the other one, because that's not true. Every type is awesome and unique. Well, at least that's what I think. There are 8 types according to the website of human intelligence. Number 1, logical mathematical intelligence. First, the ability to understand through math problems, use logic, reasoning, and solve problems. Number 2, linguistical intelligence. The ability to find the correct words to express themselves correctly. Good skills at readings, poems, speeches, or any typing or verbal activity. Number 3, spatial intelligence. The ability to visualize, understand, and learn better through images, maps, paintings, drawings, constructing games, or any 3D object. Number 4, musical intelligence. The ability to different sounds and tunes. The ability to memorize songs, sing, play an instrument, and listen to music or rhythms. Number 5, body kinesthetic intelligence. Is the ability to use your whole body with your mind. With this in mind, we can say is the ability to coordinate your mind with your whole body. People with this intelligence are good at activities like jumping, dancing, moving, exercising, playing any sports, among others. Number 6, intrapersonal intelligence is the ability to know yourself better than the other ones. You know your feelings and your goals. Number 7, interpersonal intelligence. the ability to understand other people, their feelings and emotions. People with this ability are good at helping others, listening to others, meeting new people, working on teams, or any other activity that involves collaborating. And last but not least, number 8, naturalistic intelligence is the ability to understand things that are related to nature. They are attracted to things that are living things, like doing activities like camping, hiking, recycling, or learning about nature. Now you get to know the 8 types of human intelligence and see, everyone is awesome and unique. It's important to realize that every person has intelligence. I think that it would be helpful to know which type of intelligence you have, so you can know which things you're good at or what abilities and skills you have. Every person has intelligence. Always remember this. Jiddu Krishnamurti said, the highest form of human intelligence is to see yourself without judgment. Don't judge yourself only for not having the same type of intelligence as other people. Everyone is different. Now I ask you, what's your type of intelligence? Thank you.
Our next speaker is Julieta Rueda de la Garza.
How is discipline related to successful people, and what can we learn about them? Without discipline, we can't solve anything. Scott Peck. Good morning, parents and teacher. It's a pleasure to be here to share with you how is discipline related to successful people and what can we learn about them. This thing catch my attention because all of us want to succeed in life, but how do we get it? How do you imagine yourself in 5 years? Well, whatever you imagine for achieving your goal, you will need discipline. Discipline makes your life easier, but this one is not easy to keep in your daily life. You have to be consistent. According to Van Crow's article, discipline makes perfect. Imagine an intelligent person with no discipline. Intelligence is not the only thing you need to succeed in life. This one has to be complemented with discipline. Have you noticed every morning routines or daily life activities? These ones have a little of discipline in each one. According to Entrepreneur Magazine, discipline is made of the tools you need to cope with life problems and challenges. That discipline can help you with everything, like getting up in the morning or be consistent with your homeworks. During discipline, you can suffer frustration. This one can make you give up soon and abandon the discipline challenge. Frustration is a feeling of being upset or annoyed. This one can appear because of the inability to achieve something. Each challenge we face and we think we already did everything possible to succeed in it, it isn't enough. These opportunities are to do much better and grow in the process. Frustration is not easy to manage, but being calm can help to pass it. As long as we don't stay stuck in frustration, everything will be fine. It's important to realize that successful people need discipline to succeed. These ones help them to be concentrated. Successful people discipline themselves to work and stay consistent in their jobs. All successful people apply discipline in their lives and keep it in it. As a result, they become successful. People may be a little lazy, but if they change that, they can be successful too. Successful people have dreams to achieve, but these ones are not easy to get. People think that dreams and goals are created by their own. This isn't true. People have to fight for their dreams and reach for their goals. When you already made it and you finally have a result and it's a great product, but this one is not known by the world or it's not famous, this is not important. Dreams and goals are for you, are to complete yourself and not anyone else. What can we learn about successful people? We can learn so many things about them, like organizing our daily life, build success out of our strangest, stay focused on what is important, being adaptable, or getting quality relationships. All of these are some things you can learn from them, but also you can create your own ones, and what's better for you and your own life. In final analysis, we can say that all successful people we can be. We just have to trust ourselves and stay on focus on what is important. Like Chris Grosser said, opportunities don't happen, you create them. Trust in yourself and someday you will get your reward. Thanks for your attention and hope someday you get to be the person you dream to be. Thank you.
Valeria Ruiz Guerra will talk to us about how to succeed in life.
Success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better than before. It adds up. Dwayne Johnson. Good morning, everyone. How to succeed in life. Okay, so this question you may have asked yourself many times. How to succeed in life? Am I successful? What do you have to do to be successful? Well, let me tell you. Society thinks differently about success in life. Some may think it's having a huge multi-millionaire company, a successful child, a successful career. Well, let me tell you about my version of success in life. If you look up the word success online, the first meaning that will appear will be the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Now think, but what is success in life? Being successful in life doesn't mean having a job that pays you lots of money, or being popular, having lots of followers, or anything like that. I mean, how can that be success in life? We only have one chance, one life, and our time is limited. We can't waste your time. Time is the most valuable and affordable thing that we have. We can't waste your time feeling sad. We have to enjoy life and be happy. As Parsha has said, I mean, why waste your life in sadness when you can enjoy a life of happiness? Be who you want to be. That's what I'm telling you. What makes you happy? Is having a huge company makes you happy? If yes, then do it. Having a family, does that make you happy? If yes, then do it. Make a beautiful family. You want to be a designer, then go work hard to accomplish that dream that makes you happy. For me, being successful in life is achieving that happiness. And look, I'm only 13 years old, and I have lots of years and experience ahead of me. So I may not know exactly what makes me happy. But right now, I want to become a surgeon. That makes me happy. And I think that will make me happy. There are lots of years ahead of me. And maybe I will change my opinion. But right now, that single thought of working hard and becoming a surgeon makes me happy. Being successful in life is achieving happiness, living life to the fullest. In other words, success in life is you being happy. You have to take yourself out of the comfort zone, expand yourself, take risks, and don't doubt yourself. In order to achieve your dreams or succeed in life, you have to put all that you got, any less. You serve the best, help people get what they want, and you receive what you want in life. Whenever you can help, serve. Do it. I assure you, it will make you feel a little bit of happiness. So, ending with this speech, I want you to stand up, get out of this room, and go be happy. Finishing. Success in life is achieving happiness. And remember, whenever you can help, help. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Let us welcome Romina Salazar Castillo with the topic Disciplined People.
How is discipline related to successful people, and what can I learn from them? What is success? Success can mean feeling a tingle of excitement about what you do. Sticking around with what matters through hard times, living a life you can feel proud of. I got this information from an article Sherry Campbell wrote on October the 8th of 2018. But how is discipline related to successful people? The question is, what can I learn from them? So here's the thing. The most successful people in life are disciplined. And discipline is made out of basic tools we use to cope with life problems and challenges. I got this information from an entrepreneur that it's a website. Some of this is my point of view. Succeeding is hard for many people because life can be frustrating sometimes, and frustration can provoke many to give up too soon. Those who are most disciplined in life make their lives easier and their skills get better. Each problem, each mistake, each challenge we face offers us a new opportunity to grow, to get better, to improve in our skill set and test our edges. I know sometimes it's hard. It's hard for all of us. But don't stop till you get where you want to be. If you try and fail, that's okay. That's completely okay. Most people don't even try. You will fail 100 million times and more. But it's worth it. With this intention, what are markers of discipline? First of all, accept frustration. Disciplined people. When you're a disciplined person, frustrations challenge you to distinct success rather than failure. This happens on all levels, and they end up determining the strength in our character. Second, hard working. If you want to succeed, you must work harder than anyone else. You must put a total effort into what you do. Successful people are not satisfied with living an average life. They crave testing edges. They crave new challenges. Third, patient. You must be patient. If you want to succeed, you must be patient. Patience is the greatest virtue. Trust the process. It's all about time. And work hard while you wait. It's worth it. Fourth, willing. Disciplined people are always willing. They are willing to listen, they are willing to give time, they are willing to work, they are willing to search, and they are willing people. So don't be afraid to try new things. I mean, it's a long process, but it's worth it. So wait for the good things. And in time, learn how to be disciplined without sticking around about your goal. Learn how to be disciplined while you work. Here are some examples about people that are disciplined in life. About my favorite persons that are disciplined in life. I have Maria Fassi, that is a pro golfer in the LPGA Tour. I have Cory Lopez, that is a friend of mine that is competing for the Arkansas golf team on Arkansas. Then I have Alex Morgan, that is a pro soccer player. I have Mem Obama, that I think she's very disciplined. Millie Bobby Brown, that she's at a very young age, and I think she's done a lot for Netflix and stuff. I have Emma Watson, that I think she's a very independent woman, and she's very disciplined. And these women I admire a lot because I think they work hard on everything they do. There's a verse in the Bible that said, "Whoever wrote hate his son, but whoever loves him, they are diligent to discipline him." And I think this means that we have family and friends, especially family, or all around us, that they help us to succeed and they help us to work hard. And especially they help us to be disciplined. Family will support us and they help us to be disciplined. They give us the security to get better. They give us the security to try new things. And they make that work with their own. So remember that discipline is very important in our lives, and more of today. You must work hard. You must work hard. Discipline gives us the security to work hard and then to succeed. You can be successful without being disciplined. Discipline is main. Discipline is something more important than anything. And learn from the disciplined people. They are all around the world. Thank you.
Next, Ana Gabriela Saldivar Viera will talk to us about a very interesting topic.
Have you ever thought, what is success? This is a question you should ask yourself before asking yourself about people who have succeeded in life. Because maybe you want to be like a person who has succeeded. But do you even know the real meaning of this word? Success has a simple but clear explanation. First of all, Each person can define success in different ways, in what this word means to them. But generally speaking of success, a main definition according to LinkedIn is reaching a goal you have, something that you've wanted. And you can get it by working hard, being dedicated, having hope, and being positive in that you will achieve what you want. For me, success isn't something that you can have from one day to another. I think it's about achieving that dream you've wanted to reach for a long time. And most important, it's about making you happy with what you have reached. If you're not happy, I think you can't call it success. The way to start is to stop talking and start doing. Walt Disney. If you want to be a successful person, you must have a passion and a dream. Work hard to reach it. You may not fulfill that dream soon, but if you go for it, you can do it. Because successful people work very hard to be who they are now. They started with a dream, and now it has come true. Discipline is another important point for success. You can't succeed without discipline. But why is it important to succeed in life? Discipline helps you in many ways. According to Van Cruiser, it helps you to focus, to create habits, to become a better person, and with that is very important because with that you will achieve what you want. In this world, there are plenty examples of people who have succeeded in life, who are a role model for many people because of the things that they have done. These people are very important in life, and I want to talk about 5. The first one is Henry Ford. He was an American manufacturer who created the Model T in 1908. Then, he went to progress the line in progression. Therefore, he sold millions of cars, and then he became a famous world leader. Stephen King. He's an American novelist. He is a New York Times best-selling author. He makes genres about horror and fantasy. 350 million copies of his books have been sold, and many of them have been adapted to film and television. Bill Gates is another example of success. He is a businessman who created the world's largest software business, Microsoft, with his workmate, Paul Allen, and he is one of the richest men in the world. And the last person I thought it was important to talk about is Stephen Hawking. He was a British scientist who was known for his work with relativity and with physics. He was also known because he worked very good with the black holes, and he was also a professor and an author. We can learn many things from these people. They are a testimony that if you want something, you go for it. They are common people, and some of them have disabilities. For example, Stephen Hawking. When he was studying, he was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. And under those circumstances, he continued with his studies and never gave up. These people spend lots of time working with what they wanted to reach. As a result, nowadays they are recognized all over the world with the things that they have done. Remember, it does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you don't stop. Confucius. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Iracema Lilian Saucedo Berlanga.
What happens and 90% how you're reacted to. You know, I have always wanted to be an architect since I was in preschool. I remember telling my friends that when we get older, I will design them a house. Well, of course, I have always liked to see the construction process and all the designs. Like when I am on Instagram, all the posts, like all the designs and the distribution, I always said like, oh my god, I want to do something like that when I get older. Well, of course, I need a lot of things to do that. What do I need to do to be an architect? Well, of course, first of all, is to study a lot. And of course, have good grades. With this established, I will tell you where I want to study and why. I want to study at Tec de Monterrey. And of course, I also want to go on exchange. And many people may ask or think, why do you want to go on exchange if you can finish all your career here in Mexico with your family and your friends? Well, it's simple. There are two things. Thing number one, it's because you can travel around the world. And you know, most of the best architects have studied the architecture of all around the world. And you may think, why the best architects have studied around the world? Well, it's really simple, because they have a lot of alternative types of work. They know how to do really pretty designs. They know how to do a lot of different designs that the architecture that you study here in Mexico. You have a way better salary. You know how to dominate different languages, and of course it will give you a lot of advantage in your career, a lot, believe me. Well, in fact, I want to go to London, United States or Switzerland. Well, why? Because they're the best schools in all the entire world. For example, the Berlin School of Architecture, UCL, University College of London, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, or also Zurich, Switzerland Federal Institute of Technology. Those are the three best schools in all the entire world. I mean, imagine you study in one of them. It will be awesome. Well, you know, the career of architecture is 4 to 6 years. Of course, it all depends on you. If you fail a subject, you want to study a lot of more time. But also, it depends a lot on which university you want to study. There are some universities of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, so on and so on. Well, of course, there are a lot of alternative types of how do you want to study. But you know, the career in itself is 5 years and 1 year of final project. You may don't know this, but there is another option to study in 3 years. Yes, 3 years. But it is a really exhausting way, because instead of having summer vacation, Christmas vacation, and all of that, weekends, you don't have any of that. You will study all year, all day long. It's exhausting. Many architects that have studied that way said that that type of study is really exhausting. It's no way to live. It's really no way to live. But of course, they finish, but it's really not a good idea. They don't recommend that way to study. Of course, you need more things than just to study. One of the things that I think it's important, it's really important, it's to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want to, because it's your future, no one else. You can do it. And of course, if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want to, whatever, with no exceptions. I mean, just like Frank said, hard work and self-belief, it's the key for success. Well, of course, you need also another thing, the support of your family. Yes, I think that is also essential, because on those moments when you are trying to give up, you don't want to do nothing more, that it's like that top, you want to get out, you don't want to do nothing, you want to quit, your family will be there to support you, to help you go on, to all of that. They will support you emotionally, economically, and all the ways that you can even imagine. Yes, that's why your family is with you. Well, also, you need to believe in your family. You need to have a good relationship with your family, because if you don't have, of course, they will not support you. I mean, also, you know, just how they say, you can quit. There is no option to quit if you if you have your family in your corner. Anonymous. And that's so true, because you can't quit if you have your family to support you. Well, in conclusion, yes, I have always wanted to be an architect. And I have always been trying to search the best schools in all the world, that top ranking, that top 10, the top 5, and I want to study in one of those schools. Just like I said before, you need more things than just to study, and some of two essential things are to believe in yourself and to have a great relationship with your family. So yeah, I think those 3 things are the most essential ones to be an architect or whatever you want to be. Well, thanks, I hope you like it or find interesting my speech.
Let us welcome our next speaker, Isabela Siller Cervantes.
Hey Siri, okay Google, Alexa, play some music. Are you familiar with these commands given to a machine? These are all virtual assistants from different platforms, and they are just a small part of the AI revolution. The topic I choose for today is advantages and disadvantages of non-human intelligence. I will talk to you about artificial intelligence or AI. So, what is artificial intelligence? Have you ever wondered how do some machines or gadgets seem like they are smarter than us? Well, that is AI, the science that makes machines look like they have human intelligence. And how does it work? Have you ever wondered how Netflix suggests the next movie you will watch? Or how does Waze know the exact time it will take to you to get to your grandma's house? I bet you didn't know, but in these examples you have already been interacting with AI. One of the most exciting areas of AI is machine learning. Machine learning is about making machines learn like we do. And how do we learn? As humans, we learn by experience, and that is how machines in the AI revolution learn. According to HubSpot, with machine learning, programs analyze thousands of ways to create an algorithm based on whether they achieve their goals. And as time goes by, more data is accumulated. The program actually gets smarter. That is how IBM's Watson can diagnose cancer, compose classical symphonies, or be a very smart person on a trivia game. IBM's Watson is the advanced assistant for the IBM's company. It actually uses machine learning. However, this poses an important question for us humans. Are AI and machine learning advantages or disadvantages for us in the future? People have become worried that machines will take over our tedious tasks as human beings. As Stephen Hawking once said, AI may be the best or worst thing that happened to humanity. I think it's for the best, and this is why. How will AI affect our jobs? Will it make my job obsolete? What we have to have in mind in this new AI revolution is not machine versus human. On the contrary, machine and human versus program. The point is that as a result, machines will take more time to do our tedious tasks, as we will have more time to be more focused, be more creative, master strategy, and create stronger human relationships. Therefore, humans can do what they best do. Be human. The coming era of artificial intelligence will not be the era of war, but the era of deep compassion, non-violence, and love. Amy Gray, pioneer of movement of artificial intelligence. Thank you for your attention. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening.
And our last speaker of this morning is Isabel Treviño Obregón. Welcome, Isabel.
There are no great limits of growth because there are no limits of human intelligence, imagination, and wonder. Ronald Reagan. Good morning to everyone. Today I'm going to talk about human intelligence and its theories. First of all, what is human intelligence? Human intelligence is a mental quality that all of us have and consists of the ability to learn, understand, and handle situations or concepts. You may be wondering, in what ways can people be intelligent? Well, a person can be intelligent based on how he acts, feels, or sees the world. In other words, people can be intelligent based on his behavior. There are 8 different intelligences, such as visual spatial, musical, body kinesthetic, interpersonal, linguistic, intrapersonal, mathematical, and naturalistic. These concepts make reference of the Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. You may not know what these intelligences are for, so I'm going to explain it to you. Visual spatial intelligence is the ability to analyze and perceive the world around you. Musical intelligence is the ability to recognize sounds with ease. Verbal linguistic intelligence is the ability to think, understand, and reason concepts or ideas with words. Logical mathematical intelligence is the ability to think logically, identify solutions, and solve logical mathematical problems with ease. Interpersonal intelligence is the capacity to explore inners and understand inners feelings and thoughts. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to relate with people, manage relationships with ease. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence is the ability to process information through body, such as dance or sports. Last of all, naturalistic intelligence is the ability, it refers to the ability to classify and manipulate natural elements of the environment. For example, if you're good at sports, you may have the bodily kinesthetic intelligence, or if you're good of self-reflecting, expressing, and understanding yourself, you may have the intrapersonal intelligence. You may have many intelligence as you like, as long as you are good at them. Now, here are some examples of how you can improve your intelligence. For example, if we want to develop our logical mathematical intelligence, we can learn the computer programming, play logical games such as dominoes, solve puzzles and brain teasers, etc. Or if you want to improve your musical intelligence, you can sing in the shower, or you can learn to play a musical instrument, learn to write poetry, or listen to daily music as pop, rock, indie, or any you like. In conclusion, there are many types of intelligence. Each one is very important and have their own characteristics. Also, you can have a mix of many intelligence depending on your own personality. When you talk, you only repeat what you know, but when you listen, maybe you can learn something new. Dalai Lama. Thank you for everyone and have a nice day.
Good afternoon. Someone once said, a good speech is like a pencil. It has to have a point. I believe the speeches we have listened today had a sharp point, a good message, but mostly growth from each of you. Thank you for the time spent in researching, writing, editing, memorizing, as well as the intention and the courage to deliver the speech in front of a camera. Some of you decided to attend school. Some others email it in one way or another. This means everything is possible, no matter the circumstances or where we are. Everything is possible if we all believe so. As I believe, next year, your performance is going to be even better, because improving and challenging oneself is part of life and growth. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you all for your presentations. Dear parents, thank you for helping in making this activity happen. This year, we changed the format of the presentations to make sure that besides developing the communication competency, your son or daughter can manage visual aids to get his or her point across. Thank you, Ms. Anabel, for promoting this activity, for your organization and hard work. Dear students, this activity has been a life experience, an exercise at communicating with others through a screen, about reaching a goal and committing yourself to a task. We know it took hard work and courage. Always remember that every public speaking opportunity is an opportunity to grow your leadership, your influence, and your personal development. Congratulations on the work reflected today. Thank you, and remember to be brave and have faith. Go Jazz!